To Cat Context Podcast, episode 36 for October 9th, 2013. This is kind of a little mini episode because we were traveling in the last couple of months and whatnot. We got a little out of sync, so this is getting us back on schedule. So this will be a little shorter than usual. Right, Ellie?
Sure, let's go with that.
Yes. As you may notice, we do not have an extra guest this week. So it's just us. We're winging it. So how's your weekend been going?
It's been going pretty well. Yeah, it's been fun. I don't know. I can't. I'm trying to think about what I did, but I don't even really remember. So.
No. Well, that is probably a good sign.
Yeah. No, it's been a good weekend. I drank a whole bottle of nice red ale on a nice sour on Friday. That was good.
Oh well, that sounds good.
Yeah. That's all I got.
Right.
How about you? What have you been doing this weekend?
I know, it's weird not having the third person. I'm like, and what about you, empty spot? My weekend's been good. As far as gaming goes, it's been a lot of Warcraft because this is the first weekend since I hit 90, so I've been trying to knock up all the looking for raids. And you can really tell, like, I'm like, oh, looking for raids, this is easy, and everyone's in a good mood, and, this is way better. And then you get to the Siege of Orgrimmar, which is the most recent raid, and then happiness and success plummets.
It works well when you're doing the raid that came out 6 months ago.
Exactly, yeah. Everyone's really awesome at that raid, and by extension, I'm really awesome at that raid.
That's right.
Yeah, there's a lot of dying. There's a lot.
Did you get all the way to Siege of Orgrimmar already?
I am all the way into Siege of Orgrimmar, yeah.
Jesus.
I know. Thanks to just drops from the raid finder up till that point.
Did you spend a bunch of those coins to give yourself gear? Or whatever those coins do?
I did run around the coins. You mean like the Timeless Isle?
No, the other coins you can get where you can get a super special roll on.
Oh, the bonus rolls. Yeah, I have some of those, but I haven't used them yet because I don't know. I just feel like I should go through each one first, and then I'll worry about gear.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, that's probably right. I'm just surprised that you could get it all done in a weekend. That's kind of...
Well, a week, too. It's been like
a week. You
Yeah.
did some looking for raid last weekend, right?
I did, and after work and stuff this week. So really, it's been like a week. I hit 90 last Sunday.
Yeah.
So it's still pretty good, though. Siege of Orgrimmar, what little I have seen, is it's actually in Orgrimmar. And you run around and, kill dudes. The fights are actually really cool. All through looking for raid, I've enjoyed the fights. Some of them are much more complicated than others, but they have made me I'm eager to get back in there in a slightly more difficult setting, particularly with friends, say in a flex raid, and see what they're like then, because there's a lot of fun encounters, definitely. I'm really big on the organized chaos encounters, so
yeah, I like those.
There's a lot of that, yeah.
Although I like them more when I'm not having to actually try and figure out why other people suck.
Well, yes.
Because the PvP battle in the arena and the tournament, I like that fight a lot, except that, when I got put on a guy, I did a lot of it in 10-man, and when I got put on a guy, I could totally lock my guy down and take care of it, and everybody else is like, I don't know what I'm doing, it's horrible. And so then I'm like, well, I've done all my stuff, and I've locked this guy down for 45 seconds. Now what? And everybody else is like, my guys are at 100%.
Well, I think you just summed up raiding.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
There was a lot of moments like that of personal responsibility and looking for raid where I was like, man, this would probably be trouble if I was trying to lead a raid through here, which I will never do again. Never.
Until the next game.
Right, yeah, until WildStar, and then we'll see.
Until somebody, until there's enough people around and you want to go raiding and nobody else is willing to do it.
Oh, God, that's the problem, isn't it?
Well, no, actually, I bet other people would lead raids. It's the rest of the organization that is... Although I even just did that, I tried to do that, but
Right.
everybody's so conditioned that raid leader means everything leader, and fuck that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't want to hear about your problems. Just fucking figure it out and show up. Just show up and play responsibly and don't screw up and go stand where I tell you to.
It's true. I got a lot of the guild mom
Yeah,
thing.
well,
Let me
you
tell
should
you about
stop
my
talking to
problems.
people.
Yeah, well, yeah, clearly that was my problem. I should have stopped talking to people.
Stop being so Canadian.
I know. But during Burning Crusade, when we had a raid leader, which would be Kinch, my job was really to intercept. I'd be like, everyone just whisper me. No one whisper the raid leader. And then I will decide what he needs to know.
Oh my god, I wish I had somebody like that when I was raid leading.
Yes, that makes things much nicer. So you had some stuff about Steam you wanted to talk about.
Oh, yeah. I guess I just wanted to come back and say that what are you drinking?
I'm drinking Kokanee. It's the beer out here.
Wow, that looks like Natty Light or Coors Light. Is that the Coors Light of Canada?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is. Yes.
It's got the mountains on it and everything. Does the can turn blue when it's cold enough to not taste it anymore?
It does not, sadly, because that sounds cool. I would enjoy that, but no, it is the Coors Light of Canada, but it's also cheap and comes in large quantities.
So like the Coors Light of Canada.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Anyway, Steam.
Yeah, so they announced. I guess they announced their hardware for their prototypes this week. But I mostly wanted to just come back and say that you were right about the fact that some versions of Steam or Steam OS has some streaming built into it. Some ability to stream, although I think you need an NVIDIA card. Is that right? That's
Actually,
right.
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe they've done some sort of software thing. God, I should have checked my facts when I'm trying to correct myself, but whatever.
You could do a correction of the correction on the next
You know,
episode.
the most important thing is that there will be a mechanism to stream it from my PC to my TV, and that makes it infinitely more attractive to me.
Yes.
Since I already know that I have a PC that's good, and will maintain probably having a PC that's good. That's good for targeting our segment. I'm still not sure about the general market appeal, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
When you compare a Steam box to like buying an Xbox or a PS4, I can't imagine the cost is going to be more or less for a Steam box, especially since like a lot of the the prototype machines, some of them have Titans in them, so that's $1,000 right there.
Mm.
I mean, not all of them. There's a whole range. Like there's a range down to a 660, which is two generations ahead of my current video card.
Right.
You know, but it's pretty decent. The specs seem pretty decent for a PC, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Slightly more excited.
Yeah, okay, well that's good. And as you said earlier, I was right.
Yeah.
So I will cherish that forever. Ryven, I hope you're watching this and I hope you feel bad now.
It's the only one you get.
I know. Usually you guys tell me I'm wrong so often that I'm gonna hold this close.
We can talk about something else, and whatever it is, you'll be wrong.
Now I feel like I should just hang up. Like I've already peaked in this episode. I should just back away now. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. Speaking of Steam, this week I got into the Steam Family Sharing beta.
Ooh, a beta with no NDA. How?
Yeah, I don't think there's an NDA, so if there is, I'm going to talk about it anyway. I'm doing it right now. And it works really well. The only tricky part is you register a computer to share your games, but you need to register the computer with your friend. So like for me to play a friend's game, I have to register their computer. But if they're remote enough, there's no real easy way for me to do that. So I end up giving my Steam password to people.
No, bad. Don't say that. That's against the terms of service.
I could end up giving my Steam password to people, and then they would log me in, authorize that computer, and then I can change my password, and then I can access someone's game. So it works really well on a computers in the same location or in a location you go to regularly. It's going to be more difficult to do it for people who are trying to share things remotely, and they're going to end up breaking the terms of service like I almost did.
Well, I thought they're, I guess they're calling it family share, right? So
They are
theoretically it's
share.
people that you see. What about your extended internet family, though?
Right,
Steam?
well, exactly. Or, I mean, lots of people have relatives in other countries or whatever that they want to share their games with. So it is going to cause an epidemic of password sharing, frankly,
yes.
the way it is right now.
You could, in the next person that you try to set up your Steam account with, have you tried something like Join Me? Join.me?
Right.
Some screen sharing situation. That might be an easy way to do it.
That's been the popular suggestion in the family sharing beta forum right now. Is to do something like that.
It's still stupid to have to use external tools to do it, though.
Right, and I just think, although this is not the way they intended it for it to be used, it is going to cause an epidemic of password sharing, which is going to go against, I don't know, the whole security, the whole reason they're doing this. It's just sort of funny that it's setting it up.
You said against.
Yeah?
I told you I would find something wrong.
What's it against?
Against.
That's a perfectly valid word. I don't understand you Americans. How do you people use English? Anyway, but once you are set up, it's super easy. You just have a little list in your library that says, so-and-so's games, and it will show all the games that you do not own that they do. And you just get a little list, and then you can just install them on your hard drive and play them.
Really? But they can't be logged into Steam at the same time, or they can't play their games at the same time?
They can be logged in. They cannot play.
Anything?
Correct. They cannot play anything.
What happens if you start playing a game while they're playing a game?
If they're playing your games, then they will be gently reminded that they can't do that, and they'll have a couple minutes to save and log off.
I mean, presumably you can communicate with the person on Steam.
Right, right, exactly. I assume that you won't be sending them out so many invites that you don't know who's playing your games. So, but every time when you're established with a friend, every time my friend stops playing a game on Steam, I get a little pop-up notification saying so-and-so's games are available for playing now, which is kind of cool. But it works super well. So there's a whole bunch of games to play now, which is cool.
That's cool. What have you been playing?
I haven't been playing any of them, but I could.
What have you tested with that you didn't have in your library?
I actually have not, but my friend has tested Spec Ops off of my copy.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And it worked totally well. So.
I mean, I assume it does because it's not like streaming across the internet or something. It's just.
Right, it's installed locally in your hard drive, so it would be like any other game. But no, Gone Home's at the top of the list for games that my friend owns in this library that I will play.
Cool. Steam should give me one of those things, and then you'd have a huge library.
Ooh, yeah, it's interesting to see how many duplicates we'll have of games. And then also,
I have 200 games in my Steam library, so I'm sure there will be some. I'm sure there will be duplicates. I don't know.
Oh, I'm sure. I have 160, so.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you're worse than I am though, so that makes me feel better.
I have Bulletstorm.
I don't have Bulletstorm. It is also good for being able to judge your friends' game libraries and bug them about things that they don't own or do own as appropriate.
Yeah.
Why do you have that? Oh my god! Or why don't you have this? Speaking of which, BioShock Infinite was on sale on Steam for $14 yesterday.
Did you buy it?
$14.
Did you buy it?
No, I bought it when it came out.
Oh, okay.
But that's still.
Oh right, we already had this discussion.
Yeah, probably.
We even did a whole episode Bioshock
We did. I know it's been episodes and all kind of blends together.
Oh
I think we've actually done 2 episodes of Bioshock Infinite.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. So I have played it, but the point being, that's a good deal. And I get more and more reluctant all the time to buy new AAA games when, like, literally 6 months later, they're going to be pocket change.
Yeah, I think that's pretty fair. I mean, I still buy new AAA games that I want to play and experience during the sort of internet zeitgeist time period.
Right.
Although I bought The Last of Us and started it and still haven't played all the way through that, so I kind of missed the boat on a few games. But, it happens. I'd rather miss a few times and give people money for good games,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and then the majority of all of the titles that I was either interested in or have heard about through word of mouth, I'm way more happy, and I'm much more happy paying $15 on a Steam sale than paying $15 at the GameStop used game, sale.
Right. Yeah.
And I did that and have done that for a long time. Well, not so much recently, but I certainly did purchase a lot of games out of the used bin. So I'm happy that they get some of my money at least.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, it's true. And things like Bioshock Infinite I bought on launch, and I'm glad I did because I was able to be part of the internet conversation about it.
Yeah, exactly.
But if I am at all hesitant about a AAA title, I will definitely not get it because 6 months later it's going to be cheap.
Yeah, it's also different for like multiplayer games versus single player games, right? Like a lot of people still will always buy the new Call of Duty game or the new whatever or the new Battlefield game, which is going to come out soon, because they want to be involved in the giant multiplayer community at the time, and those are the sorts of games where sure it keeps going later and later, and like people play those games all year round, but you really want to get in the first wave of those things. As opposed to a game like Gone Home or a game like, although I think you should pay full price for Gone Home because it's really good. But for games that are much more story based like Spec Ops, I was perfectly happy to, borrow or buy later. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Oh, it's completely gone. I had something to say, and now it's completely gone.
Oh, well.
And then we'll talk about that. And
I had a good transition, but I didn't want to cut you off.
Oh, no. Okay, we'll do it now.
No, I mean, I know, but I didn't. The transition doesn't work as well. Speaking of games that I'm willing to pay full price for so that I can play them right when they come out.
Yes. We'll fix that in post. It's fine.
Yeah, okay, sure. Beyond Two Souls comes out this week.
That's totally what I was going to say that I forgot about. Yes.
Oh, good. I saw a commercial for it, and my friend hadn't seen it, and he saw Willem Dafoe and
Ellen Page.
And like the characters look like them and act like them, and he's like, "Oh, you didn't realize till like halfway through that it was a game and not a movie."
Right.
So
yeah,
that's cool.
I'm really excited for that. I watched because I don't have a PlayStation 3, but I watched someone play through the preview that's out right now. It's like an hour of gameplay, and it looks great. Those David Cage games are awesome. I mean, they're really story driven. They're totally insane. It's a good time.
Yeah. So I guess I have the preview. I didn't even think about that. It came with the last God of War game, and yeah, I played that game a long time ago, and it hadn't unlocked by the time I was done playing God of War, so I totally forgot that it existed. There's so much other stuff to play that I don't really need to play the preview for the game. I'm going to definitely buy.
Right, exactly. Yeah, no, I think that's going to be really good, and I'm not sure though. Like, I think it was at the they showed the trailer at like the Tribeca Film Festival, I think, and stuff, and they're really
maybe
pushing the game as movie art. I'll be interested to see if that is actually the case. Can they be good cinema experience and a good game at the same time?
Why not?
Often, well, because the interactivity of a game often precludes a good cinema experience.
Okay.
I think anyway, because you know, you got to stop and I don't know, look at inventory or click on the white buttons
Not if
or
it is anything like Heavy Rain.
that's true. Not if it's
I
like
mean, Heavy Rain, you know, that was the coolest. One of the coolest parts about Heavy Rain is they just sort of like, I mean, yes, it's like mostly quick time events or whatever, but like, um, you know, they even made the quick time events the way they put them on the screen. It visually it showed the quick time events. I don't remember it being totally disruptive to the cinematic experience. So, I mean, I think that I think it can be done. Hopefully, you know, and this is the company that I would trust to do a good job of it because of their last title that I felt was a really good job.
yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. If anyone's going to do it, it's going to be these guys. But I think personally, the whole QuickTime thing, I mean, that's the capitulation for the gamer. It makes for a
Oh,
better
sure.
cinematic experience, but I mean, a lot of people hate QuickTime events.
Yeah, well, those people are wrong. No, they are. I mean, like, QuickTime events are fine when used appropriately. Why not? It's a different style of game. I mean, like, people have been playing fucking Simon for years.
Yeah, I don't know. QuickTime events, they're just, I mean, they're not terribly interactive. I mean, it's just like, hit X, hit it now or else you die. There's no, I mean, you're just basically pressing next to continue. Only you have like 10
Yeah, but you're
seconds
playing
to do
Final
it.
Fantasy right now.
Well, yeah, but Final Fantasy is from like 1997. And it doesn't
Yeah,
have
but
quick
you
time.
taught you. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna say you keep talking about how games used to be so awesome, so you should like it because it's from 1997.
I don't, no, you're conflating the two.
I
I
am.
don't see, like,
I am.
yeah, okay. Anyway, people don't like QuickTime events.
Some people don't like QuickTime events,
All right, fair enough. Some people don't like QuickTime
and
events.
I am not necessarily like. I don't want all of my games to be boiled down to QuickTime events,
Hmm.
but if yeah, and I don't hate it in God of War. I mean, it's God of War, like all of the bosses and stuff are QuickTime events to win the final bits of combat and stuff. And I mean, like, it's just the way that's it's the way that game system works, and like that's fine. I mean, I guess if people don't like it, then that they don't have to play it either, or they can watch it, you know, watch a let's play of this kind of thing because the games are cinematic. Um,
Right. Oh, they make for great Let's Plays. You know, Heavy Rain was a fantastic watch, definitely, and I will be watching Let's Plays of Beyond Two Souls. Look, if it doesn't play my Vita, then I'm out of luck. So.
Yeah. Well, you know, maybe eventually.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, all the console games I'll watch Let's Plays, but no, it's going to be a great cinematic event, and you know, Ellen Page and Willem Dafoe. I mean, come on, you can't do any better than that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Well, maybe you could. I don't know.
Yeah, they're two actors who I think are very talented, and I
They are.
respect, and I
That's
think
true.
it's cool that they've gone into this new medium, and you know, complete with doing the motion capture and stuff. It's
Yeah.
really
I
really
mean, the
neat.
fact that right, I agree. The fact that they actually are doing all the motion capture and all of that makes it a lot better. I feel for voice actors who are sometimes complaining about getting crowded out by Robin Williams is the voice of this character, these like 5 characters in this game or whatever. I'm not Robin Williams, but like whatever.
Right.
I mean, although he's a fantastic voice actor, so I would actually be all about.
That
But just in
is
general,
very
voice
true.
actors versus
Yeah, no,
character
it's
versus,
true, and it sucks for voice actors to have big name actors take their jobs. Yeah, no, absolutely. I
well,
just recently watched a Let's Play of Catherine.
oh yeah, is that the one, the weird sexual dating simulator game?
Sort of.
Okay, I think it's the same one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, it's like there's puzzles and there's sexy demons
I thought,
and
yeah, and there's like puzzles about her period and stuff or something.
I no, that isn't this game.
Uh,
No, no. think I would have remembered that. Someone was joking about that in Beyond Two Souls. I don't know.
Oh, that's probably true. Well, because
surely a joke.
because she has inner demons. Probably it's probably some horrible.
She does have inner demons. It's true. But Troy Baker did the voice of the lead character in Catherine, which is probably about 3 or 4 years old now. But now I just can't. Like, I think of him as Booker and everything.
Oh yeah.
So it really screws me up when I hear him. You know, sort of the curse of successful voice actors.
Yeah, right, like the Jennifer Hale situation.
Right, yeah, you're like, oh, it's Jennifer Hale.
I mean, like, she has been good enough at capturing multiple different characters to the point where I don't, like, not everything is Commander Shepard, but it also sort of is.
Right.
Like,
yeah, it's hard to.
Like the Star Wars voice she did was definitely Commander Shepard.
Yes, that was full on Commander Shepard. And even I was watching a really old Mortal Kombat cartoon, and she was voicing Sonya.
Really?
Like,
that's awesome.
That's Shepard. Yeah. Yeah. So that's the curse of voice actors. You know, you get known for your voice, and all of a sudden, you know.
Yeah,
and I guess Troy Baker was the lead guy in Last of Us too.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. So his voice is becoming pretty popular right now.
Yep.
Excuse me. So we're doing the Extra Life Marathon on November 2nd.
We are. Both of us.
Yay! It's exciting. I'll put links to our pages in the show notes. But do you have any idea of what you're going to play?
If I can hold off on it / don't get to it by then, I'm going to play The Wolf Among Us, or A Wolf Among Us.
Oh, nice!
Yeah. That's coming out soon, so I'm going to definitely play that. As I'm probably going to play at least one Magic Draft or something like that, because it's a good way to kill 3 hours.
Right.
So yeah,
which becomes important during a 25-hour.
It does,
marathon.
right? Yeah, exactly. And you mentioned some sort of crazy new platformer game that's supposed to be super hard.
Oh, Electronic Super Joy.
Sure, let's go with that.
Yeah, it looked like your kind of game. I think you'd like it.
I'm up for it. I will be terrible, and I will play on my 360 controller, and it will be great fun to watch, I'm sure.
I'm in, definitely.
What are you going to play besides WoW?
Besides WoW, I know. Probably some Final Fantasy VII. Keep plodding through on that.
You're playing on PC, right? On Steam?
It is, yeah. PC.
Yeah.
You know, it's sort of hard because I'm going to be streaming, and not every game that's fun for me to play is fun for people to watch. So you have
Screw
to
those people. That's their own problem for turning in at the wrong time.
No, we're supposed to. Okay, anyway, yeah, maybe.
I mean, it depends. Are they paying you by the hour that they watch, or are they paying you up front?
That's true. I am being paid up front, so you paid your money. You get what you. But like last year, I played some FTL, which is a great game, but it's not very interesting.
Boring to watch.
Yeah, it's pretty boring to watch.
Like Space Chem? Space Chem. You should play Space Chem.
Space Chem is hella boring to watch, but I could easily spend 25 hours playing Space Chem.
But people will yell at you about how bad your codes are.
It's true. You're double bonding that wrong. God damn it. Yes, I would totally get that. There might be some Space Chem. Those guys, the Zachtronic guys, they have a new game coming out. It's kind of a turn-based card game, sort of.
Oh, yeah.
With some Twitch aspects. But anyway, I mean, Space Chem is such a wonderful, wonderful game that I will definitely check out anything they put out.
Oh, I should play some Saints Row. I haven't played very far into the third or at all of 4. I should just, like, beat that game in one sitting.
You really should, because you want like something cinematic that's fun for people to watch. Yeah. That's a good one. Yeah.
And I never finished Blood Reagan.
Oh, Blood Dragon.
Blood Dragon, yeah.
So I like the way we now know it as Blood Reagan.
I might, like I said, I might need to buy a new graphics card before then, because Blood Reagan was seriously churning my machine.
Really? That's so funny. The retro game.
Like, it's not retro game. It's like Far Cry 3, so it's like
Right. All styled up to look like a retro game.
yeah, exactly.
Nice. Yeah, I'm just gonna wing it as far as stuff, and I think judging by last year, I started to get really quickly bored, so you start like flipping through like a game every 20 minutes.
That's absolutely true. Yeah.
So to start off, I'm like a nice 3-hour chunk. By the end, I'm like, okay, next.
I should look into emulators.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Play a bunch of SNES games.
Yeah. Well, thanks to Steam family sharing, at least there should be a lot of games for us to play.
Yeah, except if I'm in the beta. Valve, hook me up.
Yeah.
It's for the kids.
It's for the kids. Come on. Also, Half-Life 3, also for the kids.
I don't understand.
Look, it was worth a shot.
Oh, you wanted to get Half-Life 3 so that
Right. If we're making pleas to Valve for the kids, I figured I should put in a shout out for that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, you too. Okay, well, that was like half an hour.
I know. We could talk for I'm sure we could talk for an hour about anything, or definitely a half an hour.
We could.
I could ask you about your frosted mini wheats.
Yeah. And that would be a fascinating thing for me to tell you about my frosted mini wheats,
and I could ask you how well you've seasoned your cast iron pan too.
I know very well, thank you. Yes, I feel like I'm doing product placement there at the mini wheats.
Did you do the flaxseed thing on your pan?
No, bacon.
Oh, I heard that if you do flaxseed oil like 30 times, there's if the America's Test Kitchen found some blog post, and apparently it's completely indestructible.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. No.
I was like, this sounds awesome, and then I was like, oh, I have to do a 4-hour process 8 times in a row? Fuck that.
Yeah, no, I just got a lot of bacon in it and put it in the oven.
That seems reasonable.
All right, we're stopping now.
Tips for home improvement.
That's great. We have life tips, too. So you can find us at Liore blog, LIORE-blog.com. Click on podcast in the main menu. This is just a little mini episode to get us back on schedule. So in 2 weeks, we'll be back with our full normal hour of blathering and a third guest, whoever it may be.
Yeah, do you have a link for the Extra Life?
I do. I will put a link. I don't have one off the top. I mean, I have mine. You mean for both of us?
I meant for the team.
Oh, the team. I will put one in the show notes. We are in the team. Totally Legit Publishing has a Extra Life team with us in it. We'll put a link in the show notes. And also, if you go to either of our blogs at LioreBlog.com or ThatAngryDwarf.com, you can see a little donate badge in the sidebar, and use that to donate.
Yes, please
it's
do.
for the kids.
It is.
Please do. I mean, as much as it's fun for us, it does raise money for kids, which is a pretty good cause, and it's fun for us to do and contribute back to the community. So thank you for donations that have happened and in the future.
Yes, thanks so much.
Sweet. That's it.
Hooray.
Bye.
I'm super surprised we haven't seen any cats walk along behind you.
I am too, actually. Maybe they're camera shy.
I don't know. Mine doesn't point down far enough to see.
No,
the cats.
I think they're probably sleeping. They're kind of angry at me. They're still not over the whole move thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they kind of just stand there and stare at me with disappointment in their eyes.
Kind of like everyone else.
Oh, snap! Well, on that note, thanks for listening, and we'll be back in 2 weeks with more. Bye!
Bye.